Welcome to another despicable episode of the apocalypse. So good to see you bloody gayin'. It's too late. No need for a long introduction. We are well bloody in to the Reich, aren't we? I would say so. Now, as if it is not embarrassing enough to have a cross-eyed podcaster as the head of the FBI, someone ridiculously unqualified, an utter sycophant, the only reason he's there. And I've said in the past, for we have seen story after story of Mr. Patel using the company jet as his own private jet for him and his girlfriend, for using your taxpayer security man for his girlfriend. We've seen him take sports vacation after sports bloody vacation on our dime. Do you know what jet fuel costs, son? You're paying for it. You should know. You don't want to know. I've said in the past, when you hire a cross-eyed, unqualified podcaster to be head of the FBI or any major agency, they steal from you. And now, as if that wasn't bloody embarrassing enough, like Mr. Patel in the locker room, like some 16-year-old reliving his teenage years where he was not accepted, and now he finally is, and he chugs a beer. As if it's some, I don't know, B-college comedy we are watching. Head of the bloody FBI. On your dime, that was all done, by the way. I wake up to see Iran, some hacker group that works for Iran, hacked his phone and his Gmail and everything. And now there are pictures of Mr. Patel in all his cross-eyed wonder all over the bloody internet. And worse things are dripping out slowly throughout the day. The thing I saw at the end of the day was the worst. My God, man, I said on the other place, on the news feed, as this progressed throughout the bloody day, Iran got everything, son. Bloody everything. And here's a montage of the pictures from Mr. Patel's hacked disclosure. I won't show them all individually. I know what you're wondering. When will the really embarrassing stuff come out? Don't worry, son. It's dripping out. My God, they offered a $10 million reward. Woo! And I was worried of them doing that to the public, exposing all of our info and shit, as if they're not into way sicker shit than we is. This motherfucker got all his personal photos, classified information, all kinds of shit. And I shouldn't laugh, because it's the downfall of our fucking nation for a dumbass, cross-eyed podcaster in charge of the FBI, son. That's what you got. Iran laughing at us right now. Boy. Boy, Donnie and BB really opened up a can of worms, my God. Oh, my God. I gotta sip some water here. I could just see him when he found out, and he's yelling to the underlings, offer a $10 fucking million reward. That a motherfucker probably never get. But they turn the people into whoever they are, I don't know. Donnie and BB wanted to play, son. The Reich wanted to play. Iran playing. That's what they doing, son. That's what they doing. This is so goddamn embarrassing. It's so... He should be shit canned right fucking now. Not that he was ever qualified in the first fucking place. Oh my God. Mr. Head of the FBI, he's all about security and safety and the law, right? Meanwhile, his dumbass selfies are all over the fucking internet. This is incredible. Again, you got fucking Rothschilds getting exposed. I mean, the highest people. You got motherfucking Antichrist putting a case on Big Bad Jerome, one of the most powerful men in the fucking world. You got Leon proved a pedo. You got Greasy Pete proved that the top people, son, all hooked into the CIA and shit, all Nazi and shit. Nazi salute. This is fucked up. Amazon is building an $11 billion AI campus in Indiana. They like Ohio, Indiana, places like that. They really love that shit. You guys get to enjoy the pollution. And the noise pollution and God knows what else. Have your water used. If you live in the vicinity of this, expect your fucking electric bill to go up significantly. It'll use as much electricity as roughly 1 million homes. 1 million, you say? And about 300 million gallons of water. I'm sure that won't affect any nearby communities at all. Nothing to worry about. Statement from the Handala hacking group. The Reich, all the Satanist cunts, they all thought it was only going to touch the peasants they don't like. Oh my God, the devil's fingers and God's fingers have just woven into every high echelon of society. It's incredible. All personal and confidential info of Kash Patel, including emails, conversations, documents, and even classified files, is now available for public download. I don't know where to get it. I'm afraid to look, son. I don't want to know. After seeing him in the fucking leather nut pants, trying to look like George Michael in that one shot, I don't want to know more about the personal life of Mr. Kash Patel. Here we go. Kash Patel, current director of the FBI, hacked. Today, once again, the world witnessed the collapse of the America's so-called security legends, while the FBI proudly seized our domains and immediately announced a $10 million reward for the heads of Handala hack members. We decided to respond to this ridiculous show in a way that will be remembered forever. Kash Patel, current head of FBI, who once saw his name displayed with pride on the agency's headquarters. When was that? I missed that. Will now find his name among the list of successfully hacked victims. The so-called impenetrable systems of the FBI were brought to their knees within hours by our team. All personal and confidential info of Kash Patel, including emails, conversations, docs, classified files, now available for public download. This is the security that the U.S. government boasts about. Right? Right, son? Right? And, you know, everybody worried about grifting, getting bitches, touching kids, stealing more, bombing people. Nobody worried about security. This is what I'm talking about, people. Again, this is why I've been yelling for 10 fucking years. You got Pete Hegseth leaking fucking imminent strike packages on Signal to reporters, and God knows who else. You got this guy's phone getting hacked because he ain't worried about security. He's worried about where he's going to fly his girlfriend. The next sporting event he's going to go to on your dime. I'm sure he used your dime to pay for the fucking tickets too, and wrote that shit off as a business expense. Because, you know, whatever bloated, disgusting salary we're paying that unqualified piece of shit ain't enough to buy himself some hockey tickets or whatever tickets he wants. I'm sure he gets a nice, fat salary that he does not deserve. This is the cyber giant that thinks threats and bribes can silence the voice of resistance. To the whole world, we declare the FBI is just a name, and behind this name, there is no real security. If your director can be compromised this easily, what do you expect from your lower level employees? I don't know what to tell you. The head of our FBI got their shit hacked. I've told you we're doomed, right? Right. Okay, there was a big story that Hegseth removed some ethnic minorities from a list of promotions. This is an allegation that was made. Hegseth's chief of staff told Mr. Driscoll that President Trump would not want to stand next to a black female officer at military events, the official said. Now, I believe it's totally possible that this happened. I don't know who Mr. Driscoll is. Maybe they were not one of the candidates, someone outside the situation and in a conversation. Or was Driscoll one of the actual candidates that this was said to? I don't know. I don't want to go that deep into the story. There's way bigger things going on. Not that this isn't horrible. Look, Pete Hegseth has white supremacist tattoos on his body. That should tell everyone what he's about, okay? Despite any talking point from any news agency, any person, look at what he has inked on his fucking body. That's what he is, son. Real simple equation. This is Mehdi Hassan commenting. To be clear, the president's views are those of a white supremacist and his own administration members say so. Yeah, Leon with the Nazi salute, co-chancellor right at the beginning. Donnie did his Nazi salute on July 4th. This should be the second biggest domestic scandal in American politics. The first being Trump's documented ties to a notorious child sex offender. No, the first being that he's a pedophile. It's the only thing he doesn't sue for, son. He's a pedophile, I'm sorry. And it's, you know, it's verified. It's not even a debate for me anymore. I know it. And anyone who tries to say he isn't, man, just give it up. He sues everyone for everything. Yet when he's called a pedophile by a newspaper, a human, it doesn't fucking matter. He does not sue. Even if he threatens to sue, He does not sue. J.D. Vance had pedophilia allegations alleged against him by a major reporter. Millions of people saw the shit. For a few weeks it was up, getting millions of views. JD threatened to sue, says cease and desist. I'm going to sue you, full weight of the law. All, nice threatening cease and desist. JD never sued. Someone called him a damn pedophile, and it got millions of views for a couple weeks. And he threatened to sue and didn't sue. That should tell you all you need to know. Donnie never sues when you call him a pedophile. That should tell you all you need to know. This alleged racist comment, I totally believe that could have been said. I just don't know who it was said to. I don't know who Mr. Driscoll is, and I don't want to go deeper into it. You know what it is. When Pete takes his shirt off, you know what it is. You know what this is. It's a Reich. It's Nazism. They believe it. I don't. I don't want them to believe it. It's the fucked up world you people got me in. And you know who you are. Think I want to be talking about Nazis and fucking Satan and Antichrist and all this shit? If you would have ushered it in, I wouldn't have to, would I? Spend my time on more productive things. Breaking: FBI Director Kosh Gmail account was hacked by Iranian nation-state hackers. They have published his entire inbox, including mails on his home in India, private life, personal data, business dealings, travel history, Havana, Cuba. And here's another picture of him from the hacked disclosure. Another one. Downfall of America, this is what you're seeing. Remember these images. The nation we are at war with hacked the head of the FBI shit and is publishing it like it going out of style. People are going to write "is a pedophile" under Donald Trump's signature on these bills. I've been seeing, and it looks like Donnie posted it today, this going around the internet left and fucking right. That's not just a signature, that's Donnie's face. I told you he wanted that, right? I told you that was the next step, right? And again, what's the next step after that, class? Digital Donnie money. That's what he's getting you ready for with this. Plus to glorify himself always. But as stupid and senile and dementia-ridden, he's been dreaming about being Adolf Hitler his whole life. He's walking the steps. This is the steps to what you read in the story about a currency that everyone must use, a mark everyone must take. The number of a man. We'll have his name, number of his name, something like that. It has it, son. I told you how it has it. And I avoided it for months, like I told you. There's a reason I keep repeating that part of the story. Because I knew what I would find. And I didn't want to find it. Like I always say, I'd love to be wrong. I was just thinking that earlier today. I really love to be wrong about all this shit. Yesterday we get this big news. Donnie's going to put his signature on bills. The next day, Donnie's posting a picture of a $100 bill with his face on the $100 bill. Look at it again. Exactly what I told you would happen last January. Where this is all going. Is he really going to put these bills out with his face? Is he going to jump the gun that far? And yeah, under his signature, there's going to be a lot of comments written on these bills, whether his face is on it or not. The signature's guaranteed. They straight up told us they're doing it. The picture of him, I don't know. He wants it, obviously. He posted this. Big joke, right? The apocalypse, the Antichrist. His face on some Monopoly $100 bills. Or his signature. Real funny stuff, right? Nah, it ain't funny. It's in a story that was written thousands of years ago. That's how bad it is. That's how serious it is. And this ain't the final step. You know what the final step is, son? First the coins. Then on the bills, you get the signature. Oh, let me post my face on it too. Eventually, that'll get slapped on some bill, if not all. And then, Donny Coin. Told you that last January. Donny Coin. These are the baby steps to Donny Coin. Someone amended the bill to more accurately reflect reality. And it looks like this. Jeff Epstein standing there next to him. Now, I think this would be interesting. Unprecedented. 2 figures on the front of a bill. Honored on the front of a bill. If Donnie's going to be, you got to put his best friend Jeff. My God, they were best friends. This would be historic and unprecedented. Donnie, go for it. Make history, man. The first bill with 2 figures. Look at it again. His best friend Jeff. Now, I like that. That at least reflects reality. We get something out of it. Iran destroys another oil tanker that attempted to pass through the Strait of Hormuz without permission. That was today, I believe. More info about Kosh came out. Again, they're dripping it out slowly throughout the day. Worse and worse shit. Kash Patel has an Indian bank accounts and a home in Baroda, India, and he is the director of the FBI. And that's the info that proves it right there, straight off the hacked disclosure. Getting worse. Donnie had something at the White House today, and there was a gold-plated tractor. And this is what it looks like. Donnie at the podium. Adolf. And all of a sudden he says, can I look at that tractor? I assume it's a gift to me. Because Donnie loves gifts. Can you imagine if I accepted that? What would they do? A Democrat could accept. We're not allowed to accept. Yeah, no Democrat took a $400 million plane, son. And that's just one grift. I mean, I could name 100. It would take all night. That's how crooked this fat fuck is. The guy took a $400 million plane. He's going to spend $2 billion of your money again to fix it up. And he's hoping to fly it around the Sky Mansion. Now he's asking for a gold-plated tractor, because what's he going to do with that? Start farming, motherfucker? He just wants it because it's gold. You notice this gold theme, golden age, everything gold, White House gold, gold tractor, gold statues, gold coins. Again, one of the most famous stories in Scripture, golden calf. The Jews with the help of God in the story. I can't prove it to you. But what I'm seeing today, what I just described to you, makes me think of it. There's something more to it's not logical. It's way over the top, man. Almost supernatural or something. So for me, it is verifying some things that seem ridiculous from the past. And I always wondered, but there's something going on. When we have the leader of the free world, or what used to be, wanting gold statues of himself on the Holy Land and his face on all of our money. And he was just asking about his statue in Venezuela that he once built. And churches, one church is, again, taking a collection to build a gold statue of Donnie, Alabama or something. If I'm getting a state wrong, forgive me. Not normal. There's something else going on. Again, back to the story. The Jews, with the help of God, you know, all parting of the sea, all that shit. The plagues, until the Pharaoh let them go. Then he chased after him like a dumbass. Oh, maybe God will stop fucking with us if I let him go and then chase him down. If these things really happened. And the sea gets parted, and the Egyptian forces allegedly follow, and then the sea closes up. And they don't make it. Wrath of God again. And the Jews are getting desperate. They're wandering around in the desert trying to find the Holy Land, son. According to the story. And Moses, I believe, goes up a mountain and gets the commandments. And when he comes down, they had melted gold and made a golden calf and started worshiping it because they got impatient. They stopped believing in God. They said, oh, maybe this ain't working out so well. It's getting a little rough. Maybe we should just go back to what we were doing. And what they were doing was pagan practices that the Egyptians were doing, you know, worshiping cows and shit. Worshiping deities with dog heads and stuff. You know what I mean? Paganism. God doesn't like paganism. That's believing in another God. First commandment, I believe, is about that. So that must be very offensive. So Moses, you know, smashes the tablet. But the point of the story is there's something about this gold statue thing. Then and now. And I'm amazed more Christians aren't going, you know what? This is feeling a little strange. But whatever. Guess they weren't real Christians. You know, I can call them Christians. That doesn't mean they are. Obviously, by their life choices, they keep voting at evil. And I told all you people, and I was thinking about that today again, you all thought you were going to keep voting that evil forever, every 4 years. And you never thought, like a viper, it was going to wheel around and bite you in the ass. This is the ultimate viper you people have wrought, called the Antichrist. I don't want it to be. Again, this ain't fun for me. This isn't conducive to having a good reputation talking about this in public. So it ain't doing me no fucking favors, son. Yet I'm saying it anyway. Donnie talking about taking a gold-plated tractor. He wants it, obviously, and we know he's not kidding. Donnie wants everything. He's a child. And he's saying a Democrat would accept. No, they wouldn't, because they get way more scrutiny. They are held to a higher standard than Republicans ever are. The last criminal in the Democratic Party, Bob Menendez, is gone. And they didn't spend all their money and time trying to save him. He's a criminal. They let him go. They let him face his justice. And then he started getting all MAGA and shit all of a sudden after a long career in the Senate and as a congressman, I believe, for New Jersey. I remember hearing his name a long time ago. That's what the Democratic Party, for the most part, does with criminals. They kick them the fuck out the party because they don't want that kind of rep, son. On the right, completely different. Grifting is celebrated. If you can con the, Bible-believing rubes out of money, it's all laughs and cigars behind closed doors. Hence the maximum expression of your movement. Can you believe it? I've never really boiled it down to that, have I? Your movement, the right-wing grift machine, that's been going since before I was born. At one time, there was a lot of racists in the Democratic Party. That was a long time ago. Dixiecrats, all that shit from the South. Then the parties kind of flipped. Under Lincoln, I think he was a Republican. He freed the slaves, so that was a Republican endeavor. But the Republican Party stood for something different then. The pendulum, it flipped. In the modern era, the right-wing grift machine was a fascist white supremacist movement. The Klan votes are. It's that simple, and they have for a long time. They stopped voting Democrat a long time ago. So if the Klan votes R, they see something in R they like. The culture war, the divide kind of philosophy of the right-wing grift machine. As they violate every philosophy they tout as moral and right and what the liberals are against, according to them. They don't live up to any of it. And I could cite a million examples, but I don't have the time, son. The maximum expression of your movement, we've reached the peak of right-wing nationalism. Right-wing white nationalism. For they are Nazis. The ultimate result is fascism, just like in Germany. Far-right, white nationalist movement. The maximum expression, son, hear this if you've heard nothing else, of your movement is the Antichrist. Holy fucking shit. The last ultimate expression of Germany's right-wing white nationalist movement in the 30s, Adolf Hitler. And son, if he wasn't the Antichrist, my God, I would have thought he was. The Antichrist modeling his whole existence after him. That's interesting. Believes in the same religion, Satan and Nazism. But this one's got the power to destroy the earth if he wanted to. Pressing buttons on nuclear missiles, whatever. And he has the ultimate military that can go anywhere, do anything except the Strait of Hormuz. We can press a button anytime, or he can, and shoot a ballistic missile from American soil to reach anywhere on the planet. That's the difference between him and Hitler. That's why he's 1,000 times more dangerous. That's why he was prophesied for over 1,000 years. But the point, your movement, the maximum expression of it in Germany was Adolf Hitler. Fascism, death, the country ash, economic ruin, physical ruin, shame. Tremendous loss of life, of property, of future generations' opportunity. This time will be the final time. Because, yeah, Donnie's here to burn it all down. Loot it first, burn it down after. What do you think the imp does? What do you think his purpose is? What do you think the Antichrist does? That's what they're here for, to ruin. No matter how much of a paradise they try and make it for themselves. One more time, I want to repeat that. The maximum expression of your movement, right-wing nationalism, is the modern Adolf Hitler, the literal Antichrist that's in that book you allege to son believe in. You obviously don't believe in the book enough, because that last chapter or that last section called Revelation, you know, the scary one, that's pretty damn important. It even says in the beginning, you get a special blessing for believing it or something like that. Taking it seriously. Not thinking it's bullshit. I don't know what that means. I just, something, I heard a pastor say once and I read it and he's right. It does say something like that. I guess God knows like how unbelievable it sounds. Yet we've seen it throughout history many times. Adolf Hitler, again, same mindset. It's what the Antichrist and this Reich bases everything on. And every tyrant before Hitler did very similar things. Where does it all come from? The devil. Over and over again, different empires rise. That's what Revelation is. Also, it explains all the world empires from the beginning of time, the ones that will rise up. And if you think about it, you can kind of identify them with a history book in the Bible. The Antichrist reign is based on Rome, based on Nazism and Satanism as well. Hitler took everything from Rome. The formations, clothing, all different shit. Based his Reich on that. Nick Fuentes called it a Roman salute, right? Hitler dug it. That's what he based his movement on. What are we? Modern Rome again. There are more fucking Colosseums than Rome could ever dream of. And more might and more treasure than they could ever dream of. So we are New Rome again. We fit all the criteria. It all fits the criteria. This monstrosity fits the criteria. Donnie wants the gold tractor, and he's pretending, oh, it's just a joke. And a Democrat would take it, but I won't take it. I know I took that $400 million plane, and then you're going to pay $2 billion to fix it, but I won't take the gold tractor. He wants them to offer it. You know why he's saying all this, right? He wants them to come offer it to him. Oh my God. So I'm tying Homeland Security into voter identifications with picture and proof of citizenship in order to vote. Don't worry about Easter going home. Make this one for Jesus, okay? I think he's talking to Congress. Don't go on vacation. A lot of them went on vacation. What did Donnie just tell you there? He gave the game away again. Because he can't help it. And he's introducing it to you. Having ICE at polling locations. Tying Homeland Security into voter identifications. That's all Oz need to hear, son. We already knew he was going to do it. Now he's saying it. Gee, Donnie, why would you do that? A few months later, masked fucking scumbags at polling places where you go vote. It's a Reich, man. I don't want it to be. I didn't choose it. You did. The people that, you know who you are. What's going on in Minnesota with that crazy governor, that crooked, corrupt governor? How about the attorney general? This is a Fox News kind of call-in, I believe. But they show Donnie at a podium. So no, it's when he's doing with the tractor. Here's the hideous fucking tractor, my God. Yeah, it's when he's at the podium. That's the tractor sitting next to him. That's what he wants them to come offer him. The shitty gold-plated tractor. What's going on in Minnesota with that crazy governor, that crooked, corrupt governor? How about the attorney general? Do you think he's a dirty cop? We'll get Minnesota back. We'll take it back from Somalia. What does that mean, class? We'll get the black people out of Minnesota. That's what it means, class. And he said that out loud. While food disappears from food shelves and prices increase, Trump addresses struggling farmers next to a gold-plated tractor. Yes, again, the tractor that Donnie wanted as a gift because he's Emperor Caesar God, Donnie. All should bring him tribute. And I'm not kidding, son. Everyone brings Donnie a gift, and he wants to let people know that he expects some tribute when you show up. He is the head mobster after all, right? All head mobsters expect tribute every time you show up, son. Out of respect. And they want to cut at every deal. If you don't cut them in, that's disrespect. You die. In the end, Republicans cave simply because they want to go on vacation. Yes, in the dark of night, senators passed a bill that would fund the TSA. Then they had to pass it down to Congress and have them pass it. And Mikey in the Closet Johnson said, fuck that. Donnie will flip if we pass funding for the TSA because that takes our leverage away. And we're evil, and, we'd rather they starve. So that's what happened. And when the day ended, the New York Times just put the headline up an hour or two ago, I believe. When the day ended, half the senators left on vacation. They thought they were done. Hey, we did our good deed. See you later. They knew the fucking Congress wasn't going to pass it. That's why it passed in the Senate. Like the shady-ass way they did it. Because they wanted to go home on vacation, yeah. Exactly. They're about to miss their vacation time. Like they don't get enough. Especially this Congress. They don't do shit. Mikey Johnson makes sure of that when he's not in the closet. So, what do they call again? TSA. I'm tired, sorry. Could have had their money tonight. But Mikey in the Closet Johnson and the Antichrist. Fuck them, starve. Whatever. How many of them TSA voted for their own job to go away, their own paycheck to go away, I wonder? How many industries have I said that about? Government employees too. How many of them just got their promotion feeling all good? Back on probation like a new employee because you got a promotion. AI picks your name. Oh, probationary? Fire. Sorry. See you later. Doesn't matter if you just got a promotion. Fuck you. How many of you voted for it too, I wonder? Judge tosses lawsuit against companies who stopped advertising on X. Remember, and they use this picture for Remember when Leon got all pissed off because all the advertisers left X and he started, getting these D-level advertisers, the products, ridiculous shit. So a judge threw the lawsuit out. Yeah, you really can't force people to advertise on your platform, can you? Three U.S. teens have filed a class action against Musk and XAI for producing sexualized images of them. In the EU, a Dutch court has ruled against XAI and ordered it to stop or face daily $100,000 fine. So Leon's all about that shady shit. Leon constantly makes pictures with Grok, by the way, and he posts them of very young girls, dressed in various outfits. This is a 50-some-year-old man. I'm talking girls that look 12, 11, 14, you know what I mean? Like really young. And he does this on a routine basis. I see the posts every day. This is after we find out he's in the fucking Epstein files. And I know he hung out with them. Don't let those emails fool you. Those are just a couple interactions. Leon used to go to an island right near there. And a lot of them did that little trick. Went out somewhere close by and just, shuttled over in the quiet of night. I guarantee Leon hung out with them. So after we find out he's a fucking pedo in the Epstein files, begging to go to the island. Girls, what do you say? Girls, and some shitty three-letter acronym for something. I can't remember. For the win. That's right. For the girls for the win. That's right. Oh my God. That's in the Epstein email files, son. I read to you. He's emailing Jeff fucking Epstein, the most prolific sex trafficker of children and very young teenage girls. And he's saying, I'm all about, I want to be all about girls for the win. And we all read that. And then he spends his days often putting up 2 or 3 different very young girls he makes on Grok. Whatever, man. Like you're trying to tell the world or something. Maybe they are. Moving the Overton window, right? So yeah, in the end, this person's right. They did cave. Republicans caved in the Senate so they could go home on vacation. Yeah. They knew it wouldn't pass in the House. So don't give them any credit. The detail of Trump's hand in the latest Iran propaganda video. Iran keeps making very, high money Lego videos of Donnie. They're very high quality, very well done, and they're funny, and they're interesting. They're good at this game we play in right now. And they made Donnie, you're seeing his hands up against the desk in Lego form, of course, and they discolored one of the hands. Like Donnie's, nasty purple IV scar, whatever the fuck that is. IV bruising. That's what they're making fun of here. The country that's allegedly decimated. They got the time to make Lego videos. of the Reich and Bibi and all that. They're fascinating. Who would have thought in the apocalypse, World War III, with one of the strongest Persian countries there is, with, you know, infinity missiles and drones, churning them out like hotcakes every day. And they're making Lego, like high quality, you know, Hollywood level Lego mini movies of Donnie and Bibi and the. It's some parts are sad. They showed the girls getting killed at the school in Lego form, all that. Crazy, man. Saeed Abbas Arakchi, remember, that's the man in all black. He dresses in like nice suits, and he comments often. He's a spokesman for Iran. Israel has hit two of Iran's largest steel factories, a power plant, civilian nuclear sites, among other infrastructure. Israel claims it acted in coordination with the U.S. Attack contradicts POTUS extended deadline for diplomacy. Iran will exact heavy price for Israeli crimes. Yeah, this didn't make shit better. What happened today? I talked about it earlier. I'm not going to go into detail. They hit infrastructure and they hit nuclear facilities. That could be real bad for us. Exactly what I was worried about. What I talked about earlier in the video earlier. Enjoy, if you like, the other video. I forget what I even called it. Oh, Israel hits Iran nuclear site or something. It's like 3 videos back. The other ones are stupid singing videos. The ones in between. Ron Filipkowski. With Senate Dems voting for the DHS funding deal and House Dems prepared to vote for it today until it was killed by House Republicans, there is no longer even the slightest debate about who owns the shutdown. Republicans are blocking funding. Yeah, they've been blocking funding every day. The Democrats bring a bill every day just for you, so you can see them do it, to fund TSA. And the Republic, nope, no vote on that. Fuck you. Every day we want to starve them. We like the cruelty. We down with Satan. No one trolls like Iran trolls. This is a video that the Iranians made. Again, this is a gold middle finger. And you see the man walk up with the present from Iran, and Donnie opens it while the man is holding it, and it's angled towards the camera. And they gave Donnie a brilliant gold middle finger because they know how much Donnie loves gold statues. Gold statue. Again, the decimated country. Mike Lindell, this was funny as hell. Mike Lindell was doing an interview with this guy. Oh my God. The ex-crackhead, Mike Lindell. Live on camera, son. This woman, you see the back of her, you see her handing the paper to him? That's he's being served. I don't think this is the first time this has happened to him either. Him getting served like while he's broadcasting. And he did not take it well. The woman kept trying to hand him the paper and say, "You've been served, you've been served." And he just keeps smacking her hand away, moving it away, and keeps saying, "I'm on camera here. I'm doing an interview. I'm on camera." And he keeps saying over and over. I mean, this goes on for 2-3 minutes, and she's just trying to serve him these fucking papers. And she doesn't give up. And he just keeps moving the papers in the hand out of the shot. And he's trying to move her out of the shot over and over. He keeps saying, "Yeah, man, we're filming." I mean, it's ridiculous. And then finally he takes the paper and she walks away and he just throws it on the floor. It was amazing. Again, I would have loved to put these posts up and give you the links, but again, Google the adjudicated criminal who exploits children now according to a court. They're collecting data, biometrics, and IDs, so I can't post. Sorry. They say that's a special feature and they want an ID or a biometric video. So if you can find this, and no third-party links either. Special feature. Give me your ID. That's what they want. You can find this video of Mike Lindell and the woman in the red dress or whatever it is serving him live on camera. This MAGA thing's really not going well for Mike Lindell, is it? Mike Lindell during a CPAC interview. Judge Carl Nichols held MyPillow CEO Mike Lindell in civil contempt of court after he claimed inability to pay voting machine company Smartmatic sanctions over frivolous claims about the 2020 presidential election. No, you mean defamation. We need to ask Mike, was the defamation worth it? Lying about these voting machine companies? Didn't he get sued by Dominion too? So the court's holding him in contempt because he ain't paying his Smartmatic lawsuit. And he gets served live on camera. Oh my God. Zelensky gets nominated for the next Nobel Prize in 2026. That's a picture of him. And as soon as I thought this, Donnie's going to flip the fuck out. Vlad's going to flip the fuck out. Is Donnie going to try and get Zelensky to come to the White House and talk him into handing over his trophy? Will we see it? Would Zelensky do it to stay in his good graces? I can't see Zelensky losing the prize. I can't see them giving it to someone else. He's the perfect candidate, in my opinion. Will Donnie try and steal it from him? Now that he's heard, will Donnie try and get the man killed? You think he ain't crazy enough, son? That might have been his first thought. Because he knows he ain't getting it. And then just take it. He's about to take over the world. He's taken over a portion of it already. Israel reportedly struck Iran's Kandab heavy water nuclear complex. Isn't that great to hear, son? They say no fallout. But you know, you never know about these things. They always lie in the beginning. Always. And it could hit one of Israel's nuke plants and, you know, radiation. Don Winslow, this is a really stupid mistake by Donald Trump and Pete Hegseth. The U.S. and Israel just struck Iran's Kandab heavy water research reactor near Iraq. That's IRAK. It's a different place. Iran has warned that if its infrastructure is hit, you know what Iran is going to do if their infrastructure is hit. They're probably doing it right now. Hence the satellite blackout. And Israel put you in jail if you upload something. And Don Winslow's saying this is a real stupid mistake. He's saying that because of the retaliation that might come. The escalation of the situation. And I agree with him. More than a dozen sophisticated drones of unknown origin repeatedly swarmed Barksdale Air Force Base in Louisiana, home to a nuclear bomber fleet, and were able to resist jamming any efforts. I don't even want to read the details. I don't want to know. All I know is that sounds real fucking bad. The oil refinery, or I think it was a Valero refinery. It's enormous, I believe. That's the one that's on fire. And I thought that was in Louisiana as well. I could be wrong. And then I hear about drones by a major base in America. Whose fucking drones were they? And why did the base take them out? So I'm wondering if that that Valero oil complex, I'm wondering if that got hit with something and they just ain't telling us. Israel or the U.S. has crossed another line by attacking a nuclear facility. I can already hear the howls of outrage if when Iran hits Dimona in its hit for tat response. I was thinking the same thing. Dimona, Israel's nuclear facility. Heavy water reactor hit in Iran. Yeah, not good. What is the logic behind bombing nuclear sites when it could literally contaminate part of the earth? I don't know if it's a good idea. I really don't. I have a feeling it's going to lead to a fucking disaster. Donnie at the podium. They have to open up the Strait of Trump. I mean Hormuz. Excuse me. Such a terrible mistake. The fake news will say he accidentally said, no, there's no accident. Of course he said it on purpose. There's no accidents from me. Right, Donnie? This man, this animal, as God calls him, is naming the strait after himself like he named the Gulf of fucking Mexico, the Gulf of America. As his warships are too chicken shit to go through the strait. I find that fascinating. Donnie at the podium. Cuba is next, by the way, but pretend I didn't say that Cuba is next. Admitting that he's going to start another war with another country. Isn't that great? Admitting that, you know, hopefully the starving them is working. Hopefully they just give us the country. That was the plan. But if I got to bomb them, you know. Already talking about the next war. We in a goddamn quagmire right now. Antichrist, son, did I tell you? Did you hear? You don't know, you better ask some fucking body. Not that many know. Very few, actually. Warning, the U.S.-Israel Arab coalition has crossed every single Iran's red line. This is a foreign person writing this. Our restraint against the Epstein criminal cult ends now. This is not a threat, but an evacuation notice. This is one of their spokesmen. That's some hardcore talking right there. I wonder if they can back that up tonight. I guess I'll find out tomorrow when I read the headlines of what they tell us and what we're allowed to see. Because Israel ain't showing their damage. A lot of the Middle East damage in their bases, they ain't showing that. Hence, again, the satellite blackout. Iran is taken a surprise. Again, this is an Iranian account. The state of Iran themselves. Iran military news. Iran has taken a surprise and preemptive strike on the island of Bubiyan, northeast of Kuwait in the Persian Gulf. American and Israeli forces have taken positions on the island, believing that their movements are hidden from Iran. This is part of a preemptive strike on enemy forces in the Persian Gulf. So they're saying they know Israel and American forces are gathering in a specific location, northeast of Kuwait, on an island. Donnie back at the podium. You know, when I didn't get the Nobel Peace Prize, he stole a woman's Nobel. He didn't get it. It's long past. He's still thinking about it. He's still talking about it. Still crying about it, I should say. You got to understand, I don't care. Why are you bringing it up then, asshole? For the millionth fucking time. After you stole that woman's fucking Nobel. Made her come here and hand it to you. Treat her like the cleaning lady. Sent her home with a goodie bag. Norway has lost so credible. I stopped 8 wars, stopping wars. I think I do it the best. President Putin called me. He said, I can't believe you stopped this one. We're in the middle of a goddamn war in Iran right now. That's nowhere near resolved. About to invade with thousands of U.S. troops. Which means casket's coming home, son. And this man talking about like it's world peace. I stop all. No, you start wars, motherfucker. Again, inversion of reality. I'm the man of peace, yet he bombing everywhere. Inversion. Wolf in sheep's clothing. Or obvious wolf. That's a more better description of this motherfucker. Talking about stopping wars. He about to invade a fucking large Middle Eastern country. What the fuck is he talking about? And then he's talking about bombing Cuba. In the middle of calling our allies assholes because they won't go fight the war for them. Donnie said this today. Again, what is the fuck is wrong with this asshole? I hang out with losers because it makes me feel better. I hate guys that are very, very successful and you have to listen to their success stories. I like people that like to listen to my success. Yes, we know, Donnie, we know you want everything to be about you. You want us all building gold statues of you, worshiping them and you. We know. God, it's so sad. We got to, again, the president in quotes. Up there at a time of war where government workers ain't being paid certain positions. They starve and they ain't had a check in weeks. Yet they still got to go to work or quit. And, you know, it's a great job market out there. It's been great for the last 20 years, hasn't it? And Leon and the boys, they want to put robots in everywhere and AI everywhere and get us all unemployed. So they have a slave labor force fighting for food. Think I'm kidding? That's the exact plan. Think that robot next to the hooker in the White House was accidental? Leon's shitty robot too. One of the worst robotics companies. What's he gonna put? Nazi Grok as the brain for them fucking things? They'll walk around saying they're Mecha Hitler? Fucking nightmare. So Donnie hangs out with losers and he wants people to listen to his success stories. We know, asshole. We know. A shame America got to go out like this. It's so fucking sad. Again, you don't understand how much I despise humanity right now. That I have to be in this. Donnie admitting a straight up crime. Ready? He's done it a million times. We have a thing called a war, or as they would rather say, a military operation. That's what Putin calls them. It's for legal reasons. We know, Donnie. We know why you don't call it a war, why George Bush didn't call certain things war, because you're criminals. And you're dodging the law and the Constitution. We know. Because as a military operation, I don't need any approvals. Yes, we know, Donnie. As a war, you're supposed to get approval from Yep. Sometimes like that, or something like that. So I call it a military Yeah, we know. He's admitting straight up, yes, I'm intentionally misleading the public and evading the Constitution and the law. Because if I don't, if I call it what it actually is, what we all know it is, a war, then I'm legally bound to go to Congress and all that. Admitting the crime out loud. You're not supposed to say that out loud, but Donnie's old dementia. He tells stories like this. He can't help but telling himself he does it all the time. A tremendous mistake was when NATO just wasn't there. It's going to make a lot of money for the U.S. because we spend hundreds of billions a year on NATO. And we would have always been there for them. But not, I guess we don't, now I guess we don't have to, do we? Look, Donnie was always going to abandon NATO and be with Vlad. He's Donnie Krasnov, and he's made it obvious. Iran is a great excuse, but he was going to do it anyway. And he's admitting it here. It's going to make us a lot of money because he's not going to give NATO any more money. That's what he means by that. He's going to pocket that. That was always the intent. He's been talking about getting out of NATO forever. He's been Donnie Krasnov since 1987, son. Always the plan, no matter if Iran wasn't even a country. Because we spend hundreds of billions a year, Donnie's saying, I'm going to keep that. And we would have been there for them, but not now. Donnie was already not going to be for them. He was already going to be with Vlad. So this threat is kind of hollow. You were going to do it anyway. An Iranian missile struck the Prince Sultan Air Base in Saudi Arabia on Friday, wounding 10 American service members, 2 seriously and damaging several U.S. refueling aircraft. According to U.S. and Saudi officials familiar with the strike, the attack also involved unmanned aerial vehicles. Another U.S. base hit, or joint Saudi-U.S. base, where American troops were, by a decimated enemy, and everyone should just go enter the strait. It's small potatoes. Go handle it. Right, Donnie? Iran doesn't look like they're decimated when they're still hitting U.S. bases in other countries. And the New York Times reports 12 injured, not 10. This is Midas Touch. This was early when the info first came out, I assume. Retaliation, son. New York Times, 12 U.S. troops injured in attack on Saudi base, officials say. Decimated enemy did that? How'd they do that? I thought they were 99% decimated, only 1%. Were troops in the fucking hospital. I don't know how serious. They could be on the verge of death. They could have, broken arms. No idea. All I know is Iran fucked up some more soldiers. And the last number I heard from the Reich was somewhere around a little under 200 injured during this whole fight. And that was a while ago. A week and a half, 2 weeks. I guess that's when they initially hit the bases, and then the troops left the bases once they took those initial casualties. This is not going well. And I'm worried what's going on as I speak right now. What's Iran, bombing right now? What are they shooting missiles at right now? They hit a nuke plant tonight. I'm going to read that tomorrow. Jessica Tarloff is talking about what Donnie said. I hang out with losers because it makes me feel better. I hate guys that are very successful, and you have to listen to their success stories. I like that. I like people that listen to my success. I'm Donnie. The lovely Jessica Tarloff says, everyone's sitting at Mar-a-Lago realizing he's talking about them. Yeah. Donnie said it, not me. I didn't call you losers. Donnie said he hangs out with losers. Okay, we're at the end, and the last drip on Patel that came out. I wrote this several times in several posts as this stuff dripped out again on the other place in the newsfeed. I wrote Iran got everything. And they're showing that by dripping out. And we don't have to examine it closely, but Kash Patel's X-video account logged in while on FBI official flights. Dude must not be getting it much at home with his Mossad plan of a wife. Mossad plan. A lot of people are saying that it's because of the girlfriend the phone got hacked. She's some type of spy. And there's a picture of her holding his phone, putting it in his pocket. And this is the picture of Kosh, and his X-Videos account is next to it. I shouldn't laugh because this is embarrassing as fuck. And I know he flipped out. And the way I know he flipped out is the $10 million reward. Oh my God. We now know when and where Kosh was logging into his X-Video account. And we got a picture of it. The country we are at war with, that is 99% decimated according to the Fantasyland Reich. That will be the end of America and the end of the world. Literally, not figuratively. Not an analogy or a metaphor or a comparison to the Antichrist in that end story. The end fucking story. We now know, or excuse me, the country we're at war with has all the personal info. Emails, pictures. When he logged into what? Oh my God. And it got worse and worse throughout the day. First, it started out with stupid selfies. That's what was going around. That the whole fucking world was looking at. Thanks to the country they're at war with. The Reich is at war with. That's allegedly decimated again. I guess they ain't decimated. They hacking motherfuckers. And they ain't hacking Joe Blow in Wisconsin. They hacking the head of the FBI. Oh. So it started off with cautious, stupid fucking selfies. Like a fucking teenager. With a new toy. Then it went to his residences in India and bank accounts in India. Then it went to the porn. What the fuck's gonna come out tomorrow? Allegedly, it's downloadable. I don't know where. I'm not trying to spend all night looking through Kosh's shit anyway. You know, if I'm going through my feed on Twitter and I happen to see something, whatever. I don't want to see, you know, what I might end up seeing. I'm not looking for that in my life. So, you know, I'm curious like everyone would be, but I'm not that curious. You know what I mean? I'm curious to a degree. But again, this is why the lesson here is Don't just bomb a country willy-nilly that you ain't prepared for. One. Bad idea. There's a reason the Warhawks avoided Iran, and believe me, they were foaming at the mouth. So don't bomb a foreign country willy-nilly, thinking they Venezuela. 2, don't hire a sycophant, cross-eyed podcaster to run one of the most important agencies in America, the FBI. Because they steal from you, and they get their whole shit hacked, and all their selfies and porn and fucking text messages and fucking emails and God knows what fucking else, classified info, it all ends up on the internet for the whole world to read, son, and mock and laugh at. This is the head of the most elite law enforcement agency in America. Supposedly more professional and well-trained than the standard cop, detective, all that. A higher level of law enforcement. And that man that got put in charge, I mean, by the grace of the devil, son, that's the only way it happened. He would have never got that in the real world. We in the apocalypse, something totally different. So by the grace of the devil, he gets this position. And he's an incompetent teenager, worried about grifting and flying his girlfriend around the world while she allegedly spies on him. She looks like the type that could be that. The head of the most elite law enforcement agency got his entire shit hacked. That doesn't, portend well for our future, our security, the FBI being taken seriously. It's an embarrassment. Not to mention, when countries are at war, it's kind of embarrassing when one country hacks the head of the fucking FBI of the other one and plasters it all over the internet. Unbelievable. They injured 12 soldiers today, son, hear me. The same day they hacked the cross-eyed podcaster, head of the FBI, sycophant cult member, ready to betray America at any moment, but he loves the American taxpayer paying for his whole lifestyle with him and his girlfriend. He loves using your credit card, but he hates you. The country we're at war with just made an abject fool of the United States. Do I blame them? No. I blame Donnie. I blame Bibi. I blame Cash. Because they worried about the grift all the motherfucking time. Or the surveillance. Or the subjugation. Not security. Again, what I've been yelling for a couple years. I'm worried Donnie going to get us in a vulnerable spot, son. And does it look like Pete's on the job? Does it look like Donnie's on the job? Little Marco? Kosh? No, none of them on the job. They worried about the grift, the lie, coke, whatever they into. That means we defenseless. Iran's making a fucking fool of this nation right now. And again, I don't blame them. They didn't attack us. BB and Donnie started dropping bombs on schools. You know what I'm saying? People don't take kindly to that. And they got the head of the FBI's porn for the whole internet to see when he was on the website. Son, can you believe it? That's where we at. In this apocalypse, in this road to World War III, in this road to Armageddon, son. Don't take the mark. Have a wonderful evening.